Hey y'all, it's Anime Gammon, and today I'm going to be reading episode 14 of Utau. Now, gotta say, this episode was relatively interesting because, for one, while we didn't make a grand amount of plot progression, because really the only thing the episode did was just have Takia try to get to know Kana more, and then additionally, aside from that, it ends up with them making plans to go to a beach that Mio's dad has access to. She just has to ask for permission. And so Mio, Kana, Takia, and Yuki are going. So even though that episode ended off with that and there wasn't much plot progression to speak of, it was still an engaging episode because there were still some nice jokes here in the episode, here and there. And in addition to that, it made up for it with from a character perspective, because for one, we get some nice characterization for Kana. Because for one, while yes, we know that her condition is off and all that, at least we know more about her personality, where she doesn't seem to have things like favorite foods, she hates the ocean, but we get to find out that her hobby, I guess she doesn't have a hobby, but we get to find out that she really does like plants at the very least. And in addition to all that, we do see that she has a sense of maturity in this episode, because when Takia looks at her nude, she doesn't really think much of it, and she doesn't slap Takia or any of that kind of jazz, like you would see in like a typical anime, where if a male character finds a girl nude, and when it's an own female character's fault for them exposing themselves, usually most of the time, that female character would still slap the male character. Here, Kana takes it in a mature way, and she only asks for soap and all that. So I do find that scene to be really, really nice. And aside from getting a sense of maturity, you get a sense of Kana's gentleness, where when it's really late at night, because Takia does walk her home, she asks Takia if Takia wants to sleep at her place in that specific night. And then additionally, she makes food for Takia, and she makes a breakfast for him right before he wakes up, giving her like a motherly like a vibe, which even Takia comments on in that too. So at the very least, we're getting nice snippets of Kana's personality, and we actually saw her smile a little bit in this episode when Takia did compliment her, saying that she is like a mother. So those sequences were really sweet, and I really did like that. And then we got to see some of the negatives of Kana. Not in like the writing, but negatives in regards to her personality, where she also seems to be the type that doesn't value herself a lot. Because, for one, parts was in the episode, she did tell Takia that, so did you do anything with me? And then she asked afterwards if Takia found her attractive, which seems to imply that she probably is a prostitute who has sex for money, which, in regards to that area, I'm kind of neutral on that. Now, it also implies that she does prostitution. I mean, she probably sells her body for like sexual favors. I mean, no. I meant to say she sells her body for money. It also implies that because you see her getting sick multiple times, you see this drunk dude that wanted to go inside of most likely Kana's apartment if Takia wasn't there. You see little snippets like that, and you even see alcohol in Kana's room. And it makes you wonder, yeah, she definitely most likely does sexual favors for money, just going off of all these implications. So it hasn't... But then again... But yeah, that's why I think she doesn't value herself. Not because she does sexual favors. No. It's because she asks Takia if Takia thinks that she herself is attractive, which implies that almost any male interaction that Kana has isn't of the positive variety. So I find that to make Kana a really interesting character in regards to what is her backstory going to be. So that was also another interesting element about this episode. And I did like how it also showed off more Takia characterization. No, I'd say this time it was more character development. because when he was about to leave Kana's apartment, the drunk guy was like, "Oh, I guess since it's you're leaving, it's my turn." And then Takia, I like how he makes a good excuse saying that, "You know what? Never mind. I only went outside for a breath of fresh air." And then he tells Kana, "Can he stay in for the night?" And I like that because it shows you that Takia is able to analyze the situation and that he decides to stay in Kana's place. I do like that. It makes Takia into a much more nicer character. So this episode didn't just do wonders for Kana, it did wonders for Takia. And aside from that, you get to see some Mio developments too. Because you do see, it gets, at least it implies that maybe she's getting a bit jealous of the whole Kana getting possibly close with Takia, because you see her gaze either looking towards Kana or Takia, at least for the most part. So we might get some drama there too, possibly. So that's also another nice element about this episode. At least it's showing off that Mio, at least it seems like the writing staff is making sure that Mio is not going to be a decoration character. Because in the last arc, Mio didn't do much of anything. So that's a reassuring sign that she might possibly factor in this arc pretty well. So that's why from the character standpoint, I thought it was positive. And as for other things like art and animation, I gotta say, they get the job done. They weren't exceptional, but it wasn't ugly to look at either. So I thought it was average. Voice performances were still good though, I gotta say. Everyone executed it pretty properly. Oh, and before I go, there was this nice story beat that the episode did have. I did like how it revealed that she has something to do with Takia's father, because she was gaining in money, and that at least while Takia's father was still around, but then when he disappeared, that's when she stopped receiving money, which also opens up the play for more interesting plot lines too. So that's also another element I liked about this episode. It made it really, really nice in its own way. And that's why I thought this episode was about average, and I'm gonna rate it a 6 out of 10. And honestly, I can't wait to see more, because this was a nice bounce back from last week's episode, which I wasn't much of a fan of. So anyways, guys and gals, these are my thoughts on, episode 14. Be sure to comment on your thoughts on how you felt about the episode in the comments below. Be sure to rate the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later if you subscribe for more. Because I'm definitely pumped up to see what's the anime stuff has in store for us in the future episodes. Alright, have a great and safe day, everyone. Be sure to comment, rate the video, subscribe, share it if y'all want to, and I'll see you guys later if you come back for more. Alright, bye-bye, everyone.